right, this new section is essentially a review of what we've done before. So combining like terms, dividing when we get there and when it's needed. We're still solving for various variables intermediate, and we're still doing order of operations intermediate. So let's move down and take a look at the first problem. We've got x plus 2x plus 4 equals negative x. And the first thing I'm going to do is combine like terms. You're going to notice I got x and 2x. So I've got 3x plus 4 equals negative x. Now there's multiple ways of doing this. I tend not to like to work on negative numbers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add x to each side. And when I do that, this cancels. So I end up with 4x plus 4 equals 0. You need something on that other side, so let's make it a 0. And again, I want my variables on one side and I want my numbers on the other. So I'm going to go ahead and subtract the 4. And when I do that, I end up with 4x equals negative 4 because 0 minus 4 gives me negative 4. Now what I'm going to do is divide both sides by 4. And I end up with x equaling negative 1 and negative x, which is the opposite, equals positive 1. So you want to make sure that you get both x and negative x. We're going to move on to the other side, and I'm going to grab the original problem again. I'm going to take out the x and I'm going to put in negative 1 according to what I just did. And the negative x, if you'll notice down at the bottom, is 1. So it's a positive 1. Again, think of it as the opposite. So now, order of operations, I'm going to multiply. So I get negative 2 here. And I'm going to add the other things. And the parentheses around the 1 right here, you can drop those if you want to once you do substitution. It's kind of up to you and what you'd like to do on that. I'm going to drop it. And I'm going to keep going left to right. Negative 1 plus negative 2 is negative 3. And I'm going to keep adding, and I get 1 equals 1, and it's a check. Let's keep going to the next problem. Notice I changed variables. So negative 3r plus 20 equals r. Again, I don't really like those negative variables or negative numbers, so I'm going to add 3r to each side. And I end up with 20 equals 4r. I'm going to divide both sides by 4. And I end up with r equaling 5 and negative r equaling negative 5. So now I'm going to go ahead and do my check. So I've got negative 3r plus 20 equals r. I'm going to take out the r and put in 5. I'm going to multiply, so I get negative 15. And I end up with 5 equals 5. Again, nice review for today. If you have any questions, let me know.